Hi there and welcome back. Dan again from CleanGuru. And today's message is a follow-up or an update to a video I shot a long time ago called Dip Your Toe In First. Dip Your Toe In First. This is an update to that, and in a second you'll know why. In fact, I was going to have a hard time giving a title to this message. Here are some of the ones. Here, I'll put these down as I go through them. These are some of the titles I was going to give to this message. How to bid when you don't know how to bid. Or how to bid a cleaning job when you don't know how to bid a cleaning job. That wasn't so good, right? Here's another one. I was going to call it How to Bid on Cleaning a Military Tank. And in a second I'll explain why. And then the final one, which is what I'll probably call it, is How to Bid on a Cleaning Job when you have more questions than answers. So let's go with that. Now, what is the point here? Well, let me give you the update. You know, we get so many calls, and sometimes the questions and things are really kind of funny or interesting. Here's some of the calls that we've gotten over the years as far as a bidding project on a cleaning job that folks were looking for input on or advice on how to bid it. One person called and said, well, Dan, how much should I charge for cleaning a pedestrian bridge? And I think they meant the sidewalk that runs on either side of the bridge taking you one way or the other. I think they meant how much should I bid on charge for cleaning the sidewalk that takes you from one end to another on the pedestrian bridge. Another person called and said, that's right, here it was, how much should I charge? I think it was like a military base, a military museum, some veterans museum or base, and they wanted to know how much it was for tank cleaning. I remember saying, what kind of a tank do you mean? They said, no, a military tank. And we'll answer, obviously, I didn't know how long it would take to clean that, and we talked about it on the phone. And then the last one, this was a long time ago, someone called and said, hey Dan, I need to know how much I should charge for having our people go out and empty 55-gallon barrel drums of trash. I said, how many? He goes, I think he said, oh my gosh, there's 145 of them or something. I said, oh, you're kidding. I said, where are they? He said, they're spread out all over 4 metro parks. So these are the metro park systems that you see in towns and cities. Well, he said these trash cans are all over the park. I said, oh my gosh. And I said, when would you be doing this? He said, every day, 7 days a week. There's no exceptions. I said, oh my goodness. I said, when is it? He said, early, first thing in the morning. I go, okay. He goes, by the way, probably because of the winter and the fall months, it might even be dark most of the time that we're there. And I said, oh my goodness. So, the bottom line is you do run into situations where, you know, you're used to bidding on office cleaning and maybe your window cleaning jobs and your normal carpet cleaning or upholstery cleaning or tile maintenance, but sometimes you run into these unusual jobs. So today is just an update, a reminder of what you might want to do when you get into that situation. If you have more questions than answers, if you don't know how to bid on a certain cleaning job, before you jump in wholeheartedly and just throw out a number, try to avoid feeling so pressured to do that. Certainly, try to ask more and more questions to find out what you can. But if it gets to be that they don't know either, one of the things that helped us over the years is just to be honest with the contact, honest with the prospect, and say, you know what, maybe it's a customer, by the way, you've done a long time. That's kind of neat. Because you can say, listen, we take care of a lot of things here for you. This is just a little bit out of what we normally do. I'm a little uncomfortable just quoting a price when I really don't know Steve or Sue. So Steve or Sue, would you do me a favor? Would you mind if we came out here? And we did it. So let's clean these, let's empty these barrels for 2 or 3 days. I'll tell you what I'll do. We won't even charge you our normal billing rate. We'll just kind of work out at cost what it would be, just so we learn what it would be. At the end of the day, if it's an unusual job, and you say it's a little unusual, why don't we take a minute to let's walk before we run and find out how long it will take to clean. Because a lot of times, it's not square footage rates that's going to answer this right. It's really a matter of time. So to find that out for yourself and for your customer, maybe you may want to offer that kind of a situation. So when you do find that out, you can say, let's sit down with you then, and at an affordable price for you, and we can make a little bit of money. You know that I would treat you right on this. Let's sit down and talk about it so we have something that we understand how long it's going to take. I think you'll be surprised how your contact or your customer that you've known or a new prospect would probably respect you for approaching it that way. You know, you don't always have to have the answer to everything. Sometimes we always kid it on the phone a little bit when we're talking to people. Sometimes the folks that say no problem, no problem, no problem, really they're getting themselves set up for maybe they're going to have a problem. There's a lot of things you don't know the answer to. Your job and my job is to find out the answer, and I suggest to you that your customer will respect you for it. At least a lot of times that's what we found. I hope that helps you. Hope it saves you money, actually makes you money if you get those jobs. Until next time, remember that you can do this. You really can.